Let's discuss the workflow module in the Infraon Infinity Suite. Infraon configuration includes Infraon Automation, a tool for automating tasks, and a separate workflow module for managing configuration steps. To start with, workflows are the steps or guidelines that need to be followed when resolving a ticket, request, problem, and change or working on it. Based on these workflows, the required resolution will proceed, and there are different kinds of workflows. Infinity Suite consists of change workflow for changes and a problem workflow. Additionally, it also consists of request workflow and a ticket workflow. These default workflows are processed in the tool based on the ITIL VFIWare standards. Let's see the default ticket workflow in detail. Whenever a ticket is created in the tool, it will be in an open and new state. Upon creation, a confirmation email is sent to the end user confirming the end user that the ticket has been raised. This email serves as confirmation to the end user that their ticket has been created in the ticketing tool. Technicians can customize anything, like selecting macros, configure these settings in this email. After that, in the open responded state, indicating that a technician has responded to the ticket and has started working on it. Once the status is set as open responding, it will directly trigger the in-progress analysis state. In this state, there are different statuses, including in-progress escalated, which is used whenever there is an escalation in the ticket, allowing the technician to change the status accordingly. At times, there may be tickets on hold pending user input. In such cases, where input is needed from the end user, the ticket is put on hold. To address this, there is a pending for user input to your status option, which allow to pause the SLA based on this particular status state. If the technician knows the resolution and is ready to provide it, they can set the ticket to resolved and waiting for closure status. Following the resolution, another email notification will be sent out to inform the parties involved that the ticket has been resolved, including a summary and resolution. Once the ticket is resolved, based on the end user confirmation, the technician can close the ticket. If the end user does not respond to the ticket within a certain number of days, there is an auto-closure feature, and the ticket will be automatically closed. This is an overview of our default workflow. Now, let's create a new ticket and see how this workflow will be mapped onto that particular ticket. Let's proceed to add a new ticket. Select the end user and add the necessary details in the respective fields. When the ticket is created, the status is set to new and open. If the technician responds to the ticket, it will move to in-progress analysis, and if the technician is waiting for user input, technicians can mark it as pending for user input. In the case of an escalation, the status can be marked as escalated, and if the resolution is known, technicians can click on the resolution. Once the resolution provided, the ticket is considered resolved. In the self-service portal, the user will receive two options, to close the ticket or to reopen it. Based on the resolution, the user can choose either any of the options. To close the ticket, technicians can directly do so by adding a closure note. This is one of Infinity's default workflow. In Infraon Infinity Suite also consists of having customizable workflows. A new workflow for a particular service can also be added here. In Infraon configuration, in the workflow section, on the top right corner of the page, click Add New Workflow. Different modules can be chosen like tickets, requests, problems, and changes. Let's create a new workflow for a ticket. Add the necessary name, description, and configuration, and click on Create to add the new workflow. Upon creation, a ticket will be in the open status. Now add an email notification. For that, simply drag and drop the element into place. Now add content to be sent as a confirmation email to the end user. For the request, select a subject and the required macros. An email prompt have been configured that says, "Dear end user, a ticket is created with the ticket ID, and thank you in advance." So whenever a ticket is created, the user will receive an email notification with this prompt. After receiving the email notification, add an in-progress state to the ticket process. Working on the ticket means taking steps to resolve it. If any information is needed from the user, technicians can put the ticket on hold to pause the SLAs. If the technician knows the resolution, update the ticket to the resolved state. To send an email notification to the requester informing them that the ticket is resolved. Whenever a technician resolves a ticket, an email notification stating, "Dear end user, Your ticket has been resolved with the following ticket ID. Thank you, Infraon. Is sent. After resolving the issue, add the close date. This workflow also has exit and out of closure policies, meaning if the end user does not respond within a set number of days, the ticket will be automatically closed. After configuring this workflow, click on Publish to add the workflow in the system. Once the workflow is published, let's create a ticket to see how the workflow will be applied to this particular service. When dealing with a hardware issue, it's important to select the impact service that have created in the workflow previously. Select Hardware Diagnostics and click on Submit as New. It can be noticed that the ticket status is Open and New. Based on the workflow, creating a ticket for that service will automatically map the workflow to this ticket as configured. In the mailbox, it can be observed that the mail prompts are configured in the workflow. When a ticket is created, it displays an ID and tag prominently. Once the technician starts working on the ticket and require any information from the end user, one can simply mark it as Information Required from the End User. When the technician knows the resolution, simply click on Resolve Ticket. At this point, technicians needs to provide the resolution details. Now trigger another notification for the resolve ticket. Here, it can be observed that the ticket from Suraj Kumar is resolved, and it displays the ticket ID that have been configured in the workflow. Technicians now can directly close the ticket by changing its status. The process is now complete. Using these methods, one can create different workflows for incident, change, problem, request, or release management within our Infraon suite. The Infraon Infinity Suite offers customizable dashboards that can be tailored based on the specific processes followed in different organizations, allowing users to configure and customize these workflows to meet organizational needs.